Going to call this business meeting to order at 5:37 for the annual meeting. And I'm really sorry I'm not there in person to celebrate, being able to be there again together. But based on circumstances this week, this is the best alternative to do. Are there any changes to the agenda? Does anybody have any changes to the agenda? I don't hear anything. So we will move on. Are there any public comments for something that is not on the agenda? I don't see any activity. So we will move then on to approving the minutes of the May 18th, 2022 meeting.
I move we approve the agenda with the chair's edits.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay. I only have one question, and that is on page 2, line 16. 8,000. I went up to look at my last month's packet, but I didn't file it well. So, but 8,000 doesn't seem right for just right away. But if that's correct, then that's not an issue. But this is under the, talking about major tip, and it was 8,000 for right away in 2024 on the Bridge 23 project. So I don't know if that's correct or not.
I also have one suggestion to Amy. I started out attending on behalf of the town of Shelburne as the alternate, but John came in later and he took over. So we need to, I think, recognize that in the minutes.
Are there any other corrections? If not, all those in favor, I guess let's raise our hands, say aye.
Aye.
Yeah, it looks like everybody's hands there. Good. Raise hands is probably going to be better today. We have a consent agenda item, and this is an MPO action item so that only those who are members of the MPO can vote on this.
Chair, I'd move approval of the consent agenda.
Do we have a second? I see one there. All right. All those in favor say aye. Well, raise your hand.
Oh, I'm not an MPO, sorry.
It looks like it passed. It's a long table down there with a lot of glass around them. We need to warn the item 6 of the agenda is we need to warn the public hearing for our fiscal year 23 to 26 transportation improvement program, the TIP. Do we have a motion?
I'll move, we warn the public hearing.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right, all those in favor of the warning, raise your hand. All right, looks like motion passes. Now we have the election of the officers and members of the executive committee for FY23. The board development committee with Mike O'Brien as chair met and chose the nominations where Catherine McBains would be chair, Chris Shaw vice chair, Bard Hill secretary treasurer, Jackie Murphy at large for towns over 5,000, Michael Bissonette at large for towns under 5,000, and Michael Bryan is immediate past chair. Now, are there any nominations from the floor for any of these officers?
Madam Chair, I move nominations from the floor be closed.
Do we have a second? Do we have a second? All right. With nominations closed, shall we have a motion to accept?
No, we need to vote. We need to vote on the motion to close the nomination.
Yeah. Exactly. So who wants to make that?
So all those in favor of closing the nominations, please raise your hand. right, so the nominations are closed, Catherine. And now we can move the slate of nominees.
Seconded.
All those in favor?
Who first is it?
I guess
Yeah,
Chris.
yeah.
Kristen. Chris made the motion.
Yeah, he did
All right,
first.
so all those in favor?
Everybody say hi.
And
That was
many thanks to Michael for stepping up to the executive committee.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
We have because there was a woman from Westford who had to step down. We need to appoint a new member for the CCRPC for the Lamoille Basin Water Quality. And it is recommended that, there it is, that we appoint Brad Holden, the town of Underhill, and Cy Sarapelli, staff to serve as the CCRPC member and alternate respectively to the Lamoille Basin Water Quality Council.
I move the staff recommendation.
Second,
All those in favor, raise your hand. Motion passes. The because of open meeting law, when you start the beginning of a new year, in our case, it's a fiscal year starting in July, you need to post the meeting schedule for both the commission and the executive committee, and that is in your packet. And so we need to approve the FY23 meeting schedule.
I move we approve the FY 2023 schedule of meetings for the CCRPC.
Oh, I
as
see
presented.
that. I see an arm up for a second over there.
yep.
I don't know who it is, but it doesn't matter. I mean, even with my other glasses, I don't think I could see that. All those in favor of the meeting schedule, raise your hand. The motion passes. Now, this is where it looks like we're giving it with only a minute or so to staff recognition. It looks like it's a short time to recognize the years of service staff members have given to the CCRPC, but this is simply to pass the resolutions with all the whereases recognizing their service. In the large, there's going to be more to come for the staff recognition with the actual passing out of the paperwork, the resolutions to the staff in the larger gathering. The number of years of people who have committed to the RPC, though, show that the RPC is seen as a good place to work and able to grow in their profession. So for 10 years of service, we are recognizing Chris Durbin and Cy Sarapelli. And for 15 years of service is Jason Cheris, Brian Davis, and Eleni Churchill. We need a motion to recognize to pass the resolution.
So moved.
Second,
All those in favor, then raise your hand.
Madam Chair, I can't believe Brian and Jason have been here for 15 years.
Yeah, no kidding.
Okay, I personally cannot believe that. I remember Brian and Jason, we hired you for a 2-year gig, right?
Yeah. It's true. So all those in favor, then raise your hand. All righty, the motion passes. So now we're moving on to chair and executive director updates. Believe it or not, tonight I actually have a chair update. And that's not only is the RPC a good place to work, but it's also its board members and as volunteers have valued the work that is done for the RPC, and over the years have committed to the organization. Since some of us are on Zoom only, I want to recognize board member anniversaries of 10 years or more, but there will be a much more public recognition of all that service in the larger gathering. And for 10 years of service, we have John Ciccone, Barbara Elliott, Joss Bessie, and Dan Karen. All of them started in 2011. For 15 years, I've been there that long. Whether that's good or bad, I don't know. And then we have folks who have actually put in, had or have, or are currently serving 20 years. And that is Garrett Mott, Justin Dexter, and Marty Illett. And this is just to recognize all the hours that people have put in over the years to volunteer for the board and, and help the work of the RPC move forward. And so now we move on to the director's updates.
Nothing for me.
Nothing for him. All righty. Then, as usual, your committee and liaison activities and reports are in your packet or by link, whatever your preference is. So we can adjourn and let people get back to the party.
Because the food's so good.
I move we adjourn.
Second.
Third.
All those in favor, say aye then, or raise your hand, sorry.
Aye.
Have a good evening, guys. Sorry I couldn't.